good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. Hey, this is Mr. D. We are out here for volume 3, and today we are going to experiment with the smartphone. I see a lot of people out taking photos using their smartphones, so today we're going to do some setup work. There are so many variations with the different brands out there, so I will only be talking about the iPhone 16 Pro because that's all I have. But I'm going to show you some of the features that are in there to where you can shoot monochrome, black and white, all kinds of different filters in portrait mode and photo mode, all these kind of stuff. So we're going to be doing that this morning. And also we're going to be looking at the Hohem X3 SE inexpensive gimbal for your smartphone. And that's what I'm talking on right now. I've got it all mounted up and balanced and all that kind of thing. So we're going to see how that goes. So it's going to be kind of cool. Well, one of the cool things is, guys, it has a remote and it's removable on this Hohem X3 SE. The cool thing is you can walk around, do stuff, and I think it's got something like a 20-meter range. So we're going to range test it out here today. So hey, we'll be back in a bit. Guys, hey, I am in vertical mode on the Hohem X3 SE gimbal. Now the cool thing about this particular gimbal is it's cost. Now, is it feature rich? Not really. You can get a whole lot more, but you're going to be getting a whole lot more cost involved. Now, one of the cool thing is about this particular thing, it does have face tracking or tracking mode, and all you do is the typical draw a box over your face. I'm going to do that now. And it's tracking me, as you can see. It's a little jerky, but it is tracking me, and that's what's really, really cool. Again, it has a removable remote, and the setup was actually pretty simple. It's got arches in the clamp so it doesn't hit your buttons on your phone, so you can easily balance the unit. Now, I do have, if you can see down here, I have my Hollyland receiver plugged into the phone, and it doesn't get in the way. And that's one thing I was a little worried about. So, hey, we'll be back in a bit. Well, guys, we're going to show you how to do the setup on this thing, and it's actually really, really simple. You can see the grooved mounts, so nothing will get in your way as far as your buttons and stuff. So kind of center it up, and then just kind of almost there. Okay, we're there. And that's all there is to it as far as how to center it and all that kind of thing. Then just power it up. Make sure I'm going the right direction, I hope. I am. Okay, now you want to get into the app. And we are in the application right now for the X3 SE, and you can see it right here. Now, the cool thing is, I'm going to go into photo mode here, and I'm going to get a shot. I'll go back into video mode. Now, I just did a photo of me and setting it up for a friend of mine in Los Angeles. But anyway, one of the cool things is this setup was really, really simple. Now, if I want to go horizontal instead of vertical, you hold the mode button down twice, and bingo bango, there you go. It's already flipped on the horizontal plane, which is really cool. Now, if I want to track, I just draw a box over my face. It's doing that, and now it's going to track me as I'm out walking around. Now, that's one of the big features I like about the gimbals, because a lot of times when you're holding your cell phone, it's stagnant. And this way here, it's really cool that this thing will track you where you're going. And that's really outstanding. Let me see if it loses me. I don't know, it's doing a good job. And that's about as much as I'm gonna go. And it's not as jerky now. Maybe it just had to break in or something, I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna continue our exploration here, and we'll be back in a bit. Well, good morning, everybody. Hey, we're on another phase of the Volume 3, using your cell phone as your primary camera. Now, today, we have it mounted on our e-bike, as you can see here. And what we're going to do is show you some examples of what you can do if you're on your e-bike using strictly your iPhone for your primary videography camera or action camera and or your still camera all at the same time. So that's what we're going to do this morning. And they are currently refurbishing our entire street. So I had to change my route because the streets are all tore up by some kind of machine stuff where they actually strip off the asphalt and get ready to lay a new one down. Now my street, I live in a cul-de-sac, is already all done, but there's a whole lot of it that's not. Anyway, we're gonna keep doing our thing, and we'll be back in a bit. Now you can see that you can shoot some pretty good video. Now most people using cell phones today take a lot, and I would say the majority of their photos are in vertical, not horizontal mode. And so that's what I'm doing today, getting it all straightened up so it looks nice. They got some sports going on here this morning. Now, I'm shooting in the sun, but anyway, as you can see, you can get some nice video footage and stuff like that if you're on your e-bike without any major problems. Now, you just got to make sure that nothing is blocking the lens. So the holder you get for your cell phone for your e-bike, you want to make sure it's what they call a half shell. It doesn't clamp at the top, and it clamps on the sides. And that's what you want to use. Now I'm going to switch over to photo mode here in just a second. So we'll be back in a bit. So you can see here I got it set up in photo mode here, and I'm going to compose the shot the way I want it. Now, also a thing I found out the other day, which I didn't know. If you use the cell phone remote, guys, I mean, if you use your Apple Watch remote, you can take a shot just by hitting your wrist. Yeah, it works fine. So that's something you could do. If you're away from your cell phone, you can go ahead and operate your cell phone via your Apple Watch. So what I'm doing now is in the horizontal mode, I am shooting a video using the cell phone. Now, again, you can edit and do all kinds of really cool stuff with this. In post, or what they call post-production. So anyway, we're going to continue our ride, and we'll be back in a bit. Hi guys, hey, this is Mr. D. We are continuing volume 3 of our tips and tricks in photography, and today we are continuing our look at the smartphone. Now I have it mounted here, as you can see, in the Hohem X3 SE, very inexpensive gimbal. Now, the cool thing is about this gimbal, now it doesn't do a lot of the fancy features, all that kind of good stuff. It just doesn't do that. But for $55, you're getting a full electronic gimbal that you can use with remote. Now I'm going to take this right here, and I'm going to show you that you can make this thing do pretty much anything you want it to and do your thing. Okay, there I flipped to horizontal, and I'm gonna adjust it up a little bit right there. You can see I'm all doing this right here on the remote control. But for the money, this is really a cool little tool. And I'm also seeing that I'm getting my audio bars on the screen. If you can see up here, I have the Hollyland L2S or M2S, and it really works really cool. And since they came out with the S, you're able to plug this thing in, and everything is minute small. It's a little clip right here, and even my GoPro camera's in the way. But anyway, we're gonna mess around with this thing today and play a little bit out here in Celebration. So hey, we'll be back in a minute. Good. Yep. Hi guys, we're gonna continue on. I'm over here at a round table overlooking the water. Now, I don't know if this pool or lake or whatever is man-made. Probably not, because we got lakes everywhere here in Florida. I mean, there's like 1,000 of them. We have the big hotel in the background, and that's one of the big shots. Let me pick this up. Go over here and adjust this thing around. And you can see the shot here is pretty cool. But using the Hohem gimbal, I'm going to switch over to photo and take a shot. Now I got the shot here and went into photo mode real quick, got that taken care of. And you can see you can get some pretty decent shots using your cell phone. I'm going to zoom in here. That's 5x zoom, that's way too much. But if you're looking to get a shot, like that, you can. Photo. All right, 1, 2, 3, go. Now I could have used the shutter button here on the Hohem gimbal, like that. So anyway, we're gonna continue on here, but you can see how easy your cell phone or smartphone can adjust to all kinds of shooting situations, which I can understand why it's replacing the DSLR and video cameras. Let me switch back to video. And back this way. Okay, now I go back this way. You can play around with it. Now, for some reason, it's backwards, and I don't know why. Whoops. You can continue to play with this remote, but for some reason, the tilt up is not an upward motion, it's a downward motion, and it's backwards. So I don't know if it's me or a setting thing. I'm really not sure. Now, this does have tracking capabilities, as you can see here. And this is on the Hohem application where you can get it to track you. But, you know, as you can see here, guys, this thing is compact. It's compact, lightweight. It folds down. So it's not something real bulky. You could easily carry it in your pocket and then mount your camera on when you want to use it. It's kind of a really cool feature. But what we're going to do this morning, guys, we're going to go around and get some photography using the smartphone and to see how it all comes out, and some video clips and stuff like that. And that's what I'm talking on now, is the smartphone. Now I do have the GoPro 13 doing backup so you can see what I'm doing with the Hohem. But other than that, that's all I'm doing. So hey, we'll be back in a minute. Really cool. That was a lot of fun. Now you can see some of the cool things you could do with setting up the shot right. Now there I set it on the ground in the Hohem gimbal and just walked away from it and let it do its thing. You can operate it again with its remote control. Now, I did find out in the application, the joystick is backwards. If you're shooting in your standard camera application, the joystick is correct. Doesn't make any sense to me, but that's the way it is. So, hey, we'll be back in a bit. Guys, and you really don't need to do this. I'm gonna pull the remote out. Oops, now I gotta recenter this. Go up, over. Too much. Well, it's touchy. I gotta slow this down in the app. There we go. Now what I'm doing now is going to take a timed photo. I set it up for 5 seconds. You really don't need to do this, but I wanted to do it anyway. See if it'll work for, yep. So you could set up a timed shot if you want to, and this thing goes from all the way up to 10 seconds. It goes 3, 5, and 10 for whatever you want to do. Now it also has an auto button here where you can change your shutter speed, your ISO. It's best to shoot in auto. Yeah, there we go. Now I want to bring this in and up. Right there. Now that should be perfect. Hi guys, see what you can do here is I'm setting up a photo. There's an orange wheel right here on the side. You can see I can zoom in and incremental. Get some more here, move this over a little bit. Okay, shot. Oops, I still had it on timer. I didn't want that. But it still should be okay. All right, let's get it off timer. There it is. 1, 0. Okay, we're gonna take another shot. That one's a lot better. Oops, wrong way. Now, do this and go this way with it. So you guys can see the value in having the gimbal. You know, you don't need it if you want to shoot with your cell phone, and that's the purpose of this video anyway, is to shoot with your cell phone. But as you can see, if you combine the two, and it's not hard to carry, and just set it up where you want to set it up, and you can get some pretty nice shots. Let me get this down in. Now let me go down. And I want to come over here, go up, right about there. And with the remote, you can take your shot. That's really cool. You can get some really nice shots. Go. What we're going to do now is a tracking experiment, guys, to see how well this thing tracks. So I've got it on me, and I'm going ahead and hit record. Hopefully the wind don't blow this thing off the pole, because I'll be in big trouble. Let me fix that, adjust it just a bit. Okay, here we go. I think it lost me as soon as I turned my head. No, it didn't. I don't know how far this thing will track. I'm walking backwards on purpose so I can see if it's continuing to track me. And I'm about 25 feet away, and it's still tracking me. I want to get to the end of this walkway. I'm not sure if it's going to work or not, but we're going to try it. Still tracking, still tracking, still tracking. Okay, I'm a good 50 feet away and it's still tracking me. So you could do some pretty creative walk-up shots and stuff like that and really get some good shots doing that right now. And you see it was a little late picking me up, but it did get me picked up into the sun here like this. And you can see how the Hohem and the smartphone kind of work together, and it's really, really cool. So hey, we'll be back in a bit. I love the idea of the removable remote. It plays really well, especially when you're trying to do some strange wildlife shots like that squirrel I was trying to catch. He didn't stay there long enough, but they have a tendency to be fed out here, so they're not afraid of humans, which is really cool. Well, hey guys, that'll wrap it up for the on-location shoot using the Hohem X3, and I think it's the SE gimbal along with the smartphone. Now, I ran it through its paces today, and the smartphone did extremely well. I was able to perform a lot of shots. Now, we were out at Lake Apopka Wildlife Drive. We did some shooting at other locations, and then we finished up here at Celebration. I hope you enjoyed Volume 3.